Welcome back to the Name 5 Players podcast. I'm your host, Allie Johnson, or as most of you know, that New York Ranger girl from TikTok and Instagram. Episode 2 is going to be crazy. So, not only do we have to discuss the draft, which I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, if I discussed every round of the draft, this podcast would be 9 hours long. And I'm going to be honest with you again and say that I did not watch day 2 of the draft. I made the decision to film episode 1 while that was going on. So I just got updates on my phone. So I pretty much know who the Rangers drafted, and they went very defense heavy in their draft. But I have a lot of notes about round 1, and it's not even about the picks really. It's just about key moments that happened that I wanted to talk about. And also I am making the crazy decision to film this on July 1st, and we know what day that is. Free agency day. So, my phone has been going off, and I apologize if I keep looking at it, because as of right now, it is 1:57. We still have not heard anything about our boy, Will Cooley. Okay, so we're going to dive right in. Like I said, I want to talk about round 1 of the draft, and not so much the stats and the skill set of these draft picks. I really just want to discuss key moments that stood out to me. And we're going to start off with, obviously, the first overall pick from the New York Islanders, Matthew Schaefer. I am going to put a trigger warning at the beginning of this podcast and right here, and I will put a timestamp on the bottom of the screen where you can skip ahead to if you are not comfortable hearing about suicide. So for those of you who are not familiar, in junior hockey, if the hockey team is not in your hometown, you get assigned a billet family, which is essentially an exchange student program for hockey players in the juniors, where you have a family, they take care of you while you're playing, and you live with them, and all of that. So Matthew had a billet family, the Matsons, and in December of 2023, his billet mother, Emily Matson, committed apparent suicide. I am not going to go into the full details of the story on here. If you want to look it up, feel free to, but I'm not going to get into it. But that was in December of 2023. Fast forward 2 months, February 2024, Matthew lost his biological mother to breast cancer. And I'm not sure how many of you are following his story, but he is only 17 years old. He's not turning 18 until September. So when all of this started happening, he was only 16 years old. And to still be the first overall pick in the draft because of your skill level after you've been through all of this loss and hardship just shows the resiliency on this kid. So as much as it pains me to say this, congratulations to the New York Islanders. He was a phenomenal pick. And while I will never root for the New York Islanders, I'm a champion for this kid, and I hope he thrives there. I hope that he becomes the best player on that team. And now just to get all the sad, emotional stuff out of the way, I'm going to skip ahead to the 14th overall pick. It belonged to the Columbus Blue Jackets, and they chose Jackson Smith. And who better to announce the pick than Meredith Goudreau, Johnny Hockey's wife. That's just all I had jotted down, was that I could not think of a better person to announce their pick. Okay, now that we got all the emotional stuff out of the way, we're going to go back up to the 5th overall pick. It belonged to the Nashville Predators, and they selected Brady Martin. And I don't know if you guys know this about Brady Martin. I don't know if you saw this whole story, but his family owns a farm in Alberta. And when I say his friends and family came out in droves to support him, they set up a huge tractor with a flat screen TV, and they were streaming the draft from the back of the tractor. It was amazing. You guys need to look up that picture if you have not seen it. But it was just so cool to see all the love and support that this guy got. And yeah, congratulations to the Nashville Predators. Now we are going to the 7th overall draft pick. It belonged to the Boston Bruins, and with their pick, they chose James Higgins, which I'm going to say this, I am shocked that he went 7th. I thought he was projected to go 2nd or 3rd. But I think the most iconic part of that draft pick was who announced it. None other than Adam Sandler in a Boston Bruins jersey. Happy Gilmore. And I am going to say this, Adam Sandler was born in Brooklyn, so I don't understand how he doesn't root for any New York hockey teams. This for me was probably my most exciting note that I had jotted down, but the 10th overall draft pick belong to the Anaheim Ducks, and who better to announce it than Connie and Charlie, aka Joshua Jackson and Marguerite Moreau from the Mighty Ducks. And even more iconic, they were both wearing Ducks jerseys with their names on the back, and Charlie's had a big C, or Joshua Jackson had a big C on it. It brought me back to childhood, and it was so exciting for me. I was literally standing in front of the TV just watching, like, oh my god. Not to mention, both of them aged like a fine wine. But yeah, with their pick, they drafted Roger McQueen. And do you know what he did after he was drafted? He took a helicopter to Disneyland, and when he got to Disneyland, took a picture with Lightning McQueen from Cars. And if you know anything about Cars, you know that he has the number 95. Lightning McQueen has the number 95 on his car. And what number do you think Roger McQueen will be rocking on the Ducks? 95. And I am obviously not a Ducks fan. However, I will be following their team this season for Chris Kreider. And I'm not even that big of a Disney adult, but I'm not going to lie, I want that jersey. I want a Ducks jersey with the number 95 that says McQueen. And that is a wrap on round 1 of the draft. Like I said, I did not watch day 2 because I was filming episode 1 of this podcast. Like I said, all I really know is that the Rangers went very defense heavy, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, if you want me to discuss any specific picks, feel free to let me know. But now we are going to get into free agency. And what do you know? The Florida Panthers are sticking with their key pieces until 2030. And unless these players age like milk in the sun, they are building a dynasty and they are going to be unstoppable. Is anyone shocked? Because I'm not. Why would anyone want to leave there? And now I do just want to extend my deepest condolences to the Los Angeles Kings. Your Stanley Cup chances went out the window before the season even started because you signed Corey Perry to a 1-year, $2 million deal. I'm obviously kidding, but all of us know the Corey Perry curse. He is a phenomenal player for 40 years old, but he just can't get it done no matter what team he's on. He has not won a cup since 2007 with the Anaheim Ducks. But who knows? Maybe I'll eat my words and this will be Corey Perry's year. And now I have a little riddle for you. Who has 2 thumbs, is a top-line defenseman, was on the Los Angeles Kings. The Kings wanted to keep him so bad that they upped their offer twice. He still decided to shop himself and is ending up on the New York Rangers. If you guessed Vladislav Gavrikov, you'd be correct. He signed a $49 million deal over the next 7 years with the New York Rangers, and he will be on the top line with Adam Fox, I think. Adam Fox or Will Borgen. Another big move that the Rangers made today was trading away Keandre Miller to the Carolina Hurricanes, and I know you are probably expecting me to rip into him. However, I am not going to do that. I will not say a single bad word about him. What I will do is wish him the best of luck in Carolina. Maybe he will do better under Rod Brindamore and their coaching staff. So best of luck, Keandre. Obviously, there are so many big moves being made, and if I touched on every single one of them, this podcast would be 24 hours long, and we just don't have that kind of time. So I think this is a good place to end it. If there are any trades you want me to touch on, please let me know on TikTok, Instagram, that NY Ranger Girl, or name 5 players with a Z pod@gmail.com, and I can touch on it in the next one. But yeah, as always, thank you so much for your love and support. I appreciate it more than I can express, as I always say. And I will see you on episode 3. Hopefully we have an answer about Will Cooley by then. You guys, oh my god, I was literally taking down my podcast setup. I was literally unhooking my camera, taking down my ring light, unhooking my microphone. I'm literally gonna cry right now. It's 5:09 right now. It's 5:09, and the last time I checked, it was 1 o'clock, I think. And there was no update on Cooley. Oh my god, I'm literally crying. There was no update on Cooley, but I literally just got a notification as of 5:10 that... Oh my god, this is so embarrassing, but I'm so excited, and I had to share. Hearing that the New York Rangers have agreed to terms with Will Cooley, 2 years, $3.9 million. So our boy is back. Cooley is back in town. I am so excited.